Our third tutorial for Chapter 3 is going to cover line spacing and paragraph spacing. Line spacing is the setting that controls how much space is in between your lines of text in a paragraph. The default in Word is 1.15, and if you would like to change that, you can click on, in the Home tab, the Line and Paragraph Spacing button. Right now I have the spacing on 2.0, which is the same as double spaced, which is what you use for your papers. There's 1.5, 1.15, which is the default, 1.0, and then there's also 2.5 and 3. So you can see as I hover over these options, you get a preview in your document of what it looks like. So I'm going to leave it at 2.0. And then I wanted to show you that with keystroke shortcuts, you can quickly change your line spacing without using the ribbon. And you do that with the control key. Right now, my line spacing is at 2.0 for this particular paragraph, and if I wanted to make it 1, I hold down the control key and I type the number 1. If I want it to be 1.5, I type control 5, and that adds a little bit of extra space. I'm going to put it back to 1 right now. And you notice that only changed it for the particular paragraph that I was in, where the insertion point was. So that's what you need to know about line spacing. Now, paragraph spacing works kind of in conjunction with line spacing. You can think about it as line spacing is the amount of space in between the lines within a paragraph, and the paragraph spacing is extra space Word inserts every time you hit enter to go to a new paragraph. So when you hit enter to go to a new paragraph, you have the line spacing and then a little bit extra as well. Paragraph spacing settings are on the Page Layout tab. And the default, even though you can't see it here, is 0 points before and 10 points after. I have already changed my paragraph spacing to be 0 and 0. Okay, if I click down here in this last paragraph, you can see that before it is 0 and after it's 10 points. So what that means is before the paragraph, there is no extra space, and the reason you see space here is because I have it on double spaced, which, okay, I took that out now. So before we have 0 points, and after there are 10 points. So let's say I want to make more space before. I can just use the up arrow to make it, let's say, 18 points. So what that did is it made extra space in addition to whatever line spacing we have before this particular paragraph. I will up the before spacing on this particular paragraph as well to make it 24. So paragraph spacing is just extra space that Word inserts before or after your paragraph when enter is pressed. And the settings can be found on Page Layout in the paragraph grouping.